10 years ago, to be trans was a mental illness. And now all of a sudden, people like you have weaseled your way into the world. You are an infection. You are the definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world is because of you. And the best thing is the world's not buying it.
In today's world, athletes aren't just expected to perform on the field. They're often put on the spot with loaded, woke questions designed to stir up controversy. But every now and then, they hit back with answers that leave these questions in the dust. From dodging loaded questions to calling out the absurdity, these athletes show that sometimes the best response is the blunt, unapologetic truth.
I guess understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it. I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
we're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different.
Shortly after, he was asked the same question again, and he shut it down real quick.
Follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me doing, do you see me in front of
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I
promoting.
put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
okay.
It's not
you put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff is
Great.
not
So let's move on.
filled
let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can post whatever I want, so say that and shut it down and move on.
Woke culture wants you to believe that being inclusive means agreeing with everything, all the time. You miss one new pronoun, and suddenly you're the enemy. It's absurd. How did we go from love everyone to a game of linguistic gymnastics where even Shakespeare would struggle? They're the ones who say, be yourself, but only if yourself fits neatly into their checklist of approved identities.
One about Angela's question on equality just before. We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers.
Suddenly, male and female athletes are supposed to compete on the same playing field. Yet, when an athlete simply points out the physical differences that have existed since the dawn of time, woke warriors clutch their pearls in horror. They argue for equality, but forget that biology has its own rulebook.
Very technical question for you. I know you're a math guy, and this one may be a tough question for you. If you're uncomfortable answering this one, I'm totally okay with that. In America, we have a few hundred genders. How many genders do you guys have in Russia?
Like, here is like, I see only women and men. There is no between.
Got it.
No between. It's crazy. It's like, first time in my life, couple weeks ago, and I was in California, I was like on coffee shop, it's like, I really want to go bathroom. It's like, can I go bathroom? Okay, they told me code, and I'm coming like, 2 bedroom, all gender. It's like, what is this? Where I have to go? First time I see it, like, I stopped like, I stayed like 5 seconds there, like.
They talk about shattering norms, but the moment someone steps outside their narrative, they're ready to pounce. They push for representation in every corner, but refuse to accept the representation of basic science. It's as if they're trying to play chess while insisting the knight can move diagonally, just because it feels more inclusive. When athletes fire back with unfiltered common sense, it's not just a rebuttal, it's a reality check, delivered with the kind of precision woke culture can't seem to handle. Woke culture's idea of fairness would have us believe that centuries of athletic competition should be reimagined to suit their ever-changing definitions.
You wrote a couple of years ago, you said, if I had a gay son, I would think I'd...
Oh, look, another, I'm saying to you, the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and someone says...
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance to interact with a more diverse...
Let me know, are you gay?
Can I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking, this is a part of, are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid?
No problem with it.
Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak man, dude. You're part of the problem. You elected Justin Trudeau. Like, when he sees the bank accounts, like, you're just pathetic. And the fact that you have no backbone, and has he shut down your country and seized bank accounts? You ask me some stupid shit like that.
They conveniently forget why we have men's and women's categories in sports in the first place. It's not prejudice, it's practicality. They shout about smashing barriers, but ignore the very biological barriers that make a sprinting record for women different from men. When athletes call this out, it's as if they've just told everyone the magician's trick. Suddenly, the illusion falls apart.
You were talking about, like, you obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, you know, what they can say when they are up there with the UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash. Free speech. I control what people say. Kind of tell people what to believe. I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes. To say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever they want.
In the end, they claim to celebrate diversity, but it only goes one way, their way. Step out of their ideological bubble and you're labeled as part of the problem. The irony is palpable. Fighting for fluidity while cementing new dogmas. When athletes shut down these woke questions, it's a reminder that not everything is up for debate.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with them and your thoughts on Steve Wilkes joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us coaching against each other. I think it's normal. Wilkes got an opportunity to do a good job. Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
Men and women are built differently. Muscle mass, bone density, speed. These aren't just words, they're game changers. Female athletes train their whole lives, yet physical limits set the stage. That's why women don't break men's sprinting records or outbox heavyweights. Not because they lack talent, but because their bodies play by different rules.
The reality is a woman becomes something different when she starts taking male hormones. You just do. You become something different. Your tendons strengthen, your bone structure changes, your voice deepens. You become much more like a man. I mean, that's when you see transgender women, when a woman rather is a transgender man, she decides she wants to be a man. They start taking testosterone. They get beards. They have all sorts of strange things happen down below. And they start having a deeper voice and they sound like a man.
Putting women against those with a male biology ignores the basics. It's like asking a sprinter to race a sports car. Leah Thomas stirred the pot for a reason. Competing in men's swimming, the results were average. Switch lanes to the women's category and suddenly, it's a clean sweep. Say no to being woke, and if you want to see comedians tearing down woke clowns, click on the video below. We'll see you next time. Cue the outro song.
We are the anti-woke police, here to save the world, you see.